Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Cruise Farther here. So today, a little weird. This is the Lego channel, and I'm doing this actually on my normal desk. So this is if for some reason this is your first video watching. I do Pokemon content in a completely separate channel called Cruise 533. That's my main channel, and this is just a channel that I do Lego content in, or Lego-ish content. As you guys can see, this is technically Mega Construx, or previously known as Mega Blocks. And I just thought this is a small set. It's Pokemon related. Why not review it here? It's just so much easier. I had it in my room anyways. I didn't actually build it in the basement like I usually do. So we'll just be reviewing this set here like I would any other set. I guess just, kind of get into it. Let's start with why and when did I buy this set. I bought it at Walmart, paid $20 for it, which we'll talk about if I think it's worth to pay $20. I am a massive fan of Pokemon, and I'm a massive fan of Lego, so Pokemon Lego would be something I think I'd be interested in. And I have picked up one tiny thing of Mega Construx Pokemon stuff. It was a little builder mini figure just like him. It's right here. You get them in these little balls, and I actually do really like this little ball thingy that they have. I wasn't the biggest fan of the actual figure, and I decided to do this one because Lucario's. I'm such a big fan of Lucario, and I thought it'd be pretty funny. And we'll talk about how accurate the figures are, how good they look, if I think it's worth it, etc., etc. Let's start with the actual instruction book. Actually really nice. I like this instruction book. It was extremely clear. I think this might be absolutely perfect. I don't think they could have made anything more clear. I think the one thing that is kind of retarded is this right here. So they show I guess 13, then 14, and then it goes from 1 to 2. That's, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't make these sets very often. The 1 to 2 to 3 is something I didn't get at first. But other than that, I think that's just because I might be a little dumb. This set was really easy to make. It wasn't hard. It wasn't difficult. The colors are pretty on point. There is one more thing. The colors here are slightly interesting. Like, this is supposed to be light gray right here, but it basically looks like super dark gray, and that dark gray looks like black. I wonder how black the black would look. I don't know why this would be so gray, and I think it's to ensure that it doesn't look like this white. It's kind of like sprinkled in with with stuff, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I think overall, honestly, I didn't have any issues. I thought it looked pretty good. It wasn't confusing. I think it's up to standards, basically up to Lego, which is, I think, great. So I have absolutely no bad things to say about the instruction books. Absolutely perfect. Nothing that was extremely confusing. Just maybe one or two things that I might have to get used to because I'm not somebody who does Mega Construx very often. I do have a somewhat large collection. I've actually downsized it a lot. But I do have a pretty big collection. I might actually do a video on that one day. But it is pretty cool. I have no complaints there. The box itself is actually pretty big for the size of the set, which is interesting. And the box itself is pretty cool. I don't think they're anywhere near as appealing or cool looking as the other ones. But I have no complaints either. I think it looks fine. It shows everything that the box comes with. Yeah, it's pretty simple. This is a small set, and it's not Lego. It's Mega Construx, and I've been a big fan of Mega Construx for a while. As somebody who collects Legos and have probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of Legos myself. I have at least $10,000 worth of Legos, I think. Yeah, definitely. As somebody who has at least $10,000 worth of Legos, probably even a lot more than that, maybe even double. I'm not even sure. I'm not a Lego purist. I am somebody who believes in Lego, but I'm totally cool with people liking other different types of blocks. I've always been a big fan of Mega Blocks because of the Halo line, and I've been a big fan of Halo stuff. So I've been a big fan of them. I've never purchased it as anywhere near as much or had such a big wanting towards it, but they do have really cool franchising agreements with certain things. Halo, they had Call of Duty in the past. I don't know if they still do. Pokemon, which again, I'm a big fan of. I wanted to display that by showing you guys I'm doing here on the channel. And I've seen these Build-A-Figures up, and I think they're pretty cool. So yeah, I've also, had a lot of used products from Mega Bloks because they usually always get mixed in with Lego. And their biggest issue has always been its quality. It's nowhere near comparable to Lego, and I still don't think so. I do not think that you can compare Mega Bloks to Lego, but I think that right now, compared to any moment other than its time period, they are at their best in quality. Period. I think from their most popular lines, like this Pokemon, even its Halo stuff, I think quality-wise, I don't think they've ever been any better in I've seen it. So hands down, they're going in the right direction. They're making good agreements with other companies like Pokemon, which I think are popular. I think they just have to figure out their distribution issue that they've had for the last couple of years and kind of bring stuff back to shelves because it's kind of hard to actually get some of these products. Not counting the Pokemon stuff, the other Halo products are pretty hard to get. And it's been a scandal with who the fuck owns this company? I can't remember. Mega Construx was bought by a company, Mattel. That's what it is. So that's a big thing. All right, so let's actually look at the set, and we'll start here with looking at the little Riolu. So the little Riolu is interesting. There's also no stickers in the set, which I can also appreciate. He's completely brick built. They have a really interesting system, the way they've kind of made these kind of movable, weird looking little guys. And they can't actually hold stuff. These are little arms. I don't know exactly what the hell they would be able to hold, but let me just grab if I can actually. All right, let me just grab this and see if you can grab something. So it's not like a regular it does kind of fit, so a regular Lego bar, but it also doesn't fit exactly the best. So I'm guessing they can hold stuff, but I don't know exactly what they can hold. Again, I'm not the most familiar with it. So we'll kind of look at him, and I'm not a big fan of Riolu. He looks so bad. I think they tried, and I think they did decent. I just don't think it's good enough. So I like the little leg pieces that they use. They have like the little nails, which I think is pretty accurate to Mr. Riolu there. His legs I think are fine in that way. His arms I think are done. I think the big thing here is they're sacrificing a ton of mobility. I mean, a ton of look for mobility. I love the ball joints. I love the ball joint system that they have in these type of figures. I think that's cool. I do think it works well enough for the Riolu, his legs. But I think the big thing that kills me for him is just his torso. His torso is literally just a brick. A printed brick that adds a lot, but it's literally just a brick. There's no shaping, no nothing. It's accurate, but it's just... It just looks weird. He looks like a block with the head with some weird little freaky legs on him. And I don't know how they could have made this better. I think the simplest way of making them somehow circular would have done a lot. But maybe not. I don't know. Mega Construx is also known to make a lot of different individual molds and printings and stuff for even the smallest of sets because they care about accuracy. But I don't know how I feel about this guy. He looks really weird. And I think even worse than that are his arms. What the fuck? I don't know how I feel about his arms. I think they could have done something better for his arms. so they could got the movability that they wanted, but the exact same time, you know, doing something else. I think having just this piece being one piece and being more solid would have been better. I feel like that range of motion would have been just fine. Adding this entire other ball joint, I don't think was necessary. His head's great though. I do like his head. His head is done really well. His head does not bother me whatsoever. That's a nice printed piece. Looks great. His ears are attached on an interesting spot, and they're kind of stretchy, and I don't think they're gonna break. I think if you pull them, you'll probably break. This is like a silicone, but I think that looks good. I like that you add the little pointed areas towards the top as well. So I think his head was done really well. I just wished this would have been one piece, you know. I like the printing that you did there. I think that's cool. I don't know how much that really adds, but having that one piece that maybe looked more organic would have been nicer. And at least making him fucking round. He looks like a fucking blob. I do also appreciate the little yellow circle around his neck. That's also nice. Next is Lucario. Lucario's interesting because Lucario does get some things that work really well for him, but also some things that really don't. Also his tail. His brick built tail is actually good. No complaints there. I think it looks a little funky, but not looking at kind of the original source, it looks pretty good. Lucario is interesting. Lucario looks pretty good actually. Lucario I don't mind whatsoever. Now I do not have a Lucario figure actually, but this looks pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. There is not much I would change about this guy. I think his design was pretty spot on. We'll start with his legs. No. His feet are like the worst part about him. They just do not work. I like the movability of them. I do like that. I don't have any issues with that. You can even twist this section here. Just his feet, like this piece that was decided to be used, don't look like his feet. They look like robot feet. They look like has some slippers on or something. Like, you went through all the effort to add this detail. Again, I don't know if that's specific to the set, but maybe they could have done something else. I don't know. Looking towards the back, I think his legs are fine. They even added these nice little sections, which is accurate to his I guess his character. So that's works pretty well. And this is something very important. This piece right here. This silicone piece that's added, that kind of covers a lot of the build, is so crucial to make this figure work. If that piece wasn't there and they tried to brick built it, this would have looked like garbage. But this piece, I think, saves the figure. It adds so much, and you guys can kind of see kind of how it's kind of looks like inside. We'll actually take a little bit apart. And again, this covers up so much of the gapping and what's wrong with the figure, and it fixes it. It makes the figure from the bottom, other than his feet, look, in my opinion, virtually perfect. So I can appreciate that. I appreciate the printing. I appreciate the special piece. They even made a little hole so you can have his little tail. They even made his tail movable. I have no problem with the tail. You move up to the top. This section also looks good. He is a little wide and blocky, but it doesn't bother me as much. I think because of the organic shaping that they've done throughout the rest of the figure, it doesn't look that bad. So that doesn't bother me. That's a nice piece. His arms, on the other hand, once again, I think they done fucked it up. I think this one makes a little bit more sense why they're able to, why they kind of need a elbow piece. So that kind of makes a little bit more sense. And I appreciate this piece right there. It has the hole. It has the printing. So that's nice. His hands are the right color. So that's kind of cool. His arms definitely don't bother me as much as Rielu's arm. But maybe, just maybe, I wish his arms, this piece was done slightly different. Just the fact that this bar is skinny bothers me. I wish that was a different piece, that they designed a different piece for that to make that not so skinny, so it doesn't look like a straight bone for like a small section. His head is perfect. I like his head. Also, this piece is another silicone piece that was added once again to add extra texture. Just to kind of see that on the actual card here. There you go. So again, it looks really good. I totally appreciate that. It's even kind of layered. If I can get this thing to focus up, it's kind of layered. So there's like 2 layers there. That's good. His head looks overall really good. I think the shaping's pretty solid. I think with Riolu and Riolu, their noises are kind of a little bit more pointed than expected. But I'm okay with the roundness there. I'm okay how round that shaping is. I understand why they didn't want to make it too pointy. His ears are absolutely amazing. Might be my favorite feature of the entire build, how pointy the ears are. And how well just the printing there adds so much to the figure. So I can appreciate that as well. These pieces, I believe, are exclusive to him as well. If I'm not mistaken, I've never seen them. I doubt that they're for anything else. They're a soft plastic, more silicone-y piece. And they add so much detail to, again, to kind of do what the figure looks like. So I appreciate Lucario. I think Lucario gets a pass. Riolu looks like an absolute abomination. He's trash. Now, let's look at the actual little build. And no, it's a couple plates together. Let's look at this. It's plates, some more plates, some bricks. Some bricks. I do appreciate this brick. I guess these are the equivalent of headlight bricks. Sorry, maybe these won't press down all the way. And I do like these bricks because they're kind of rounded. They kind of add a little bit more texture. Jesus. All right. But it's literally just a little wall. I like this nice little build. It's a little cool. I think these are like nice little lanterns or something. I think that's neat, cool pieces. There's some little bar pieces there or something. So maybe it can be Dino. Fuck. Maybe he can't. Maybe he's a little dumb. All right. Maybe what if we do Lucario? Yeah, he's like doing like a nice pose or something. Oh, he can't really move that way. All right, cool. So, I don't know how much playability it adds. There's a cool brick. There's a nice little plant, the same system that they've had. So this looks cool. I like how much you can actually move the plant. That's neat. I like that little plant. I like the little pot piece. Overall, it looks kind of nice. But you're also asking $20 fucking dollars. Yes, this set is $20, and I think that is absolutely ridiculous. I don't see $20 worth and stuff. That is like Lego prices, in my opinion, where you're paying for quality. And I do have to say that the quality in this set is great. Again, it's not Lego quality. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say this is as good as Lego. It's not. It was a good experience. But I think $20 is a little too much. And I think the reason is this fucker right here. Riolu just doesn't look good enough. And I understand that they have kind of a pretty hard thing to do to get the shaping of this Pokemon in such a buildable small scale. And I think they did it really well with Lucario. And I love him. Don't think they did it with Riolu. And I think it's the same reason why I wasn't the biggest fan with the Charmander that I used to have up here all the time. Because it just doesn't look good enough. It does not capture the shaping of the Pokemon well enough. Let me know what you guys think. Will you guys buy this set? I bought it because I like Lucario. I probably will keep the set just because I like it. I say if it was maybe $2 less, I'd recommend this set. $20 is a hard ask. It is a couple of plates, couple of bricks, and 2 buildable figures. One which is great, and one that is trash. And $20 is a little high asking. In my opinion, I think if this set was $18, I'd recommend it. $17, I think, would be an absolute perfect price point. But $20 is a bit high to ask. But you do get a lot of extra pieces. A lot of extra pieces, actually. These are all extras. I triple checked because they're all pretty small pieces, I guess. These are all extra, which I guess is kind of cool. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out everything else in the description. This is my Pokemon channel if you guys are into anything Pokemon related. Let me know if you guys are interested in more Mega Construx stuff. No worries, more Lego stuff is still being worked on in the background. And I'm currently building sets, ready to review and ready to upload sets as well. So Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys.